We're live.
We're live.
Are we live? Yay!
It says so.
It says we're live? Okay. I don't see anything on.
So.
Oh,
I don't know.
It says we're live. We are live, lady.
Are we live? Okay, cool. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hello.
Good.
I need to get chat going here as well. Okay. So, yeah, welcome to Whiskey and Lipstick. It's been
It's
been
a minute.
It has. Oh, there. All right. There we go. Mute the phone. Anyways, yeah, it's been like forever since we actually got together for something like this, hey?
Yeah, it's been about 4 months, I think.
Yeah.
It's me. Okay, I fixed it. Sorry, I was the echo.
Okay.
I'm the dick.
We already knew that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Touche.
We still love you.
Yeah.
I have missed you, ladies. I've seen you in chats. Sam and I, we've been on a couple random live streams, but nothing this personal.
No. I've been missing the whiskey ladies.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right. So tonight we're talking about quarantine, lies that come with being in quarantine,
and whiskey.
General shenanigans with whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the above.
All of the above. You know, how much bacon do we need to make sure we have on hand to survive the apocalypse?
Right.
Dude,
right.
It's so hard to get bacon right now. It's like, I don't know how it is for you guys, but people are crazy over here in DFW. Like, you go to the store and you're like, okay, there's nothing. Bacon. Come on. So we've been kind of struggling Crusader style over here with getting the bacon.
See, I'm actually doing not too bad that way. I got lucky. Back in February, a friend of mine, her daughter's school was doing a bacon fundraiser. So you could get a 5 kilo box of bacon.
We need to tell the boys' school he needs to do bacon fundraiser when he goes back to school.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, cool, great. So, and I got that like March 10th. It's awesome. Brought it home and my roommate was like, oh, hey, so did you tell me about this? And I was like, well, no, I don't think I did. I think I found out at like midnight on the night before you had to put the order in. And she's like, oh, well, if I give you like $30, will you give me half of it? And I'm like, okay. And then we went into quarantine. Well, we're not quarantine exactly, but I got Linux Cat asking if it's Canadian bacon. It is bacon from Canada, but it's not back bacon. Like, it is actual like thick cut maple smoked bacon.
Real deal.
Oh yeah, this is real deal. This isn't just ham. This is thick cut maple smoked bacon.
Nice. And see, that's part of it. Like, we do the thick cut. That's what we prefer. The thicker, the better. And you can't really get it. Like, this is thin. Like, it's usually twice the size when we're not, fighting off everybody else for bacon. Yeah. So, anyway, what does everybody have in their glass?
Well, I am
fucking
empty. So we're going to fix that.
Get with the times here. It's already 5 after.
I'm behind. Well,
I've already been drinking all day. Come on.
Jesus. I've been drinking for 21 days now.
I know, right?
So,
I see
literally
on Facebook.
People ask the question, is this going to make you an alcoholic? Well, I probably already was a functioning one prior to this, but now, like, fuck, I'm fucked. I'm fucked in this. So I'm going to finish off Bobby's Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
There's not much left. I can't believe he left that much in there. Like, whatever.
First thing off, a bottle down.
The
real bottle.
You gotta like flip that baby upside down and
Oh, that's a good solid. Like, it's not going to tip over. I really
got a baby
enjoy
bottle
that.
down.
Oh, a baby bottle down?
Baby bottle down.
A baby bottle down.
I didn't bring anything that I can bottle down.
I got some Teeling single malt here.
And still function tomorrow.
Hope William didn't want any of that. Because it's gone now. So, and what are you drinking over there, Theresa?
I got the Alberta Dark Horse In the US, they call it the dark batch. It's actually now been discontinued. I guess because it's a blend. It's got some Alberta Premium in there as well as some Old Grandad
Nice.
is part of the blend. And then it's not just sherry aged. They actually do have this is something, and I've got another example I might pull out here too. I got my Bareface, which is with the Waxaw agave spirit. So like tequila has been added to it.
Oh,
One of
nice.
the things with Canadian whiskey, they have a law that allows for the addition of up to 1/11 of the total volume can be an additive.
Okay.
And that additive can be wine. It can be a young spirit that's at least 2 years old. A bunch of different rules around it. Part of it was just to be able to allow brands to maintain volume if they need to, because it's hard to get something to 3 years, right? So if you needed to add a little something that's younger than 3 years, you have that option. Well, these ones are actually done for the taste effect. So yeah, that's what
I just fucking spilled my shit, but I'm good. I'm good.
It's too early in the night for that.
I'm not even drunk. I've not even had anything.
That's the problem. You need to,
I know. I know. My
function
equilibrium
better
is
when-
off, and I'm
Yeah. So
it's quarantine, guys. It has me fucked up. Like I am a breezy person by nature. I don't like the fucks I give about a lot of things are very close to zero.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden I am Lennox Scott says I have the shakes. maybe. But I have like had anxiety and stress throughout these 3 weeks that I have never had in my fucking life. Like it is messing with my chi and I don't know how to handle it.
well, and you got a husband that goes out every day.
I do.
So
Yes.
that
He is
right
in
there-
it, and he has actually had 4 coworkers in his building test positive. So it's been a little nerve-wracking. And he's out in the front lines, and we've started to get a little unrest in the city. The bad guys are getting a little antsy, so that's a new added bonus to all of this. But
It's horrible. Absolutely horrible.
yeah.
But so far we are like, I am self-quarantined. My kids have not left. We are not allowing anybody even remotely close to us because we just don't know. I don't know what Bobby's bringing home. I don't know what,
Could potentially happen.
We're hiding, but I can do this all night long.
Well, I think Brad mentioned a little bit earlier in the chat there. He's like, it's quarantine drinking is a marathon, not a sprint. So I think that's some words of wisdom.
Yes.
Yep.
But at the same time, like there are a lot of things that kind of go with the idea of what does it mean to be, an alcoholic and all that kind of thing. And it's like, okay, well, drinking alone, drinking during the day.
Yep.
Drinking
because you have nothing else to do.
Like all these things. And it's like, okay, well, are these some of, it,
Right. Or you can't wait until you drink. Like
that,
yeah.
right.
Like that's what actually gets you through the day. And
Right. Yeah. You can't. Yeah. So I have done really well about not day drinking, surprisingly. A lot. And I do. So if anybody's friends with me on Facebook, every night I do a social distancing roll call where I see who my drinking buddies are. I am not drunk every single night. Like you get drunk, but a lot of times that may be the only drink that I have all night. So I am trying to balance it a little bit. Now I am drinking more. I guess I'm getting drunk more than I normally do. I don't know. I'm a mess, but
Now, in turn,
Hi,
the
Michelle.
next morning I have seen, because I'm friends with you on Facebook,
Yes,
a social distancing who's drinking coffee with me this morning.
I do. Yes.
So it's not, you're not doing it.
Right. I'm not doing all alcohol all the time.
Right.
And there's a couple of days that I've missed because I did not drink anything and I just stay out of it, So
Right.
yeah.
Well,
so people
and
are worried about me. I promise you I am.
being careful and
My
responsible.
liver's good. I get my liver tested every 3 months because of my diabetes, and I was just there a month ago, and they said it is super strong. So,
I mean, you've got something else to think about there as far as health-wise.
Right.
You know, you can't just let loose and be done with it.
Yes.
I haven't really changed my drinking habits at all. I still work during the day, so I do have to actually process work for me not to get in trouble. So if
I'm working from home, and I have to actually like log in, be present. I don't have to. We're not doing video chats or anything, but I have to be present and turn in shit. So
exactly. I work. My work is based off production. So if I have 3 when normally I have 30, they're gonna start asking questions, and I could totally see that happening if I were just sitting there drinking instead of whatever. I drink coffee all day at work to keep me going, but my drinking habits have not changed very much at all.
I'm definitely my drinking is I on a regular week, it's once or twice maybe, and I'm maybe having 2 or 3 small pours that's a solid pour for me right there. And that's on the normal. Now I might be 3 or 4 times a week. And if I'm joining in, and it's funny, Thursday night, I'm like, oh, who drinks on a Thursday? So I did a little, thing with some whiskey friends here in town. We Zoomed and did a whiskey Zoom for a bit. But before that, Cast Strength was on. So I joined in and I started pre-drinking with the Cast Strength group and chatting. And then afterwards, I go upstairs and find out that, oh, hey, Daniel and Emma from Crowded Barrel are doing the Whiskey Trail, live stream thing on Facebook. So then I'm like, well,
why not?
I thought about I was going to have more. And I stopped. I'm like, you know what? I'm buzzing pretty good.
Brad,
so it was.
I do. Me.
Apparently, if you ever need somebody to drink with on Thursday, go to Brad.
Brad's there.
That's true.
Brad's there.
That is true.
I have actually
He's a good whiskey friend that way.
I have had Zoom chats 2 times last week with Vito and friends.
Nice.
Vito and I are buddies, and he kept sending me links, and I'm like, sure, what the shit? And then 2 nights ago, I got invited on to Perry's little Zoom chat, and Clifton was on there, and all kinds of people. And I got wiggity wasted. That was Friday. Be fair, that was Friday night.
Well, they did that last Saturday too.
I actually didn't remember getting off of that live chat. But I guess I did. And nobody, hates me from that. So Clifton, we had a very, very good time. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So you just never know.
I'm gonna need to probably get some of these.
Throw you a link.
Yeah, throw me a link over here.
So I don't know. I mean, part of what prompted that idea for at least part of the conversation is that I am seeing so many memes and such on Facebook and stuff where people are talking about that, oh, hey, quarantine, social distancing, we're all going to end up either pregnant or alcoholics. And it's
nope.
Really? If that's really your go-to, and there's a lot of them, it's the coffee's passing the baton to the wine or and stuff like that. It's like,
nope.
I want to kind of challenge that, because even if you're drinking a little bit more, you're probably doing it still fairly responsibly.
Right. I mean, unless you're waking up and it's 8 o'clock in the morning and you're itching for that drink.
Yeah. Or you're still drunk.
Or I mean,
I've had that happen.
Still drunk. You probably shouldn't be getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning anyway.
That's true.
But I got to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, but
I have to get up at 10 till 6. It's enough time to make my coffee and get back to my desk. But, if you're waking up and you're reaching straight for the drink, then we've got a problem. If you're drinking 2 or 3 more a week, maybe 4 more a week, I don't consider that necessarily a problem, especially for people who are unfortunately out of work right now. Yeah. You're out of work. You don't have to worry about getting up. If you have a child, hopefully you're, putting them in front of your booze. Right. But, just moderation and keep control of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have to be that way.
No,
Yeah.
and I think being able to check in with friends too, and it's keeping it social, right? Which I
Right.
mean, we live in an amazing time because
Everything
even
that we have.
5-10 years ago,
Mhm.
this level of connectivity where you can video chat with people, I mean, it just wasn't as big a
No.
thing.
No, I can't imagine this happening like 10, 15 years ago. We would have been fucking hot messes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm already a hot mess, but it would have been like everybody would have gone insane.
It's a lot
I
easier to
think
stay
so.
inside and not want to go see your friends when you could pick up your phone and see your friends.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know.
Yes. Yeah. I've
And
done
we
a
have the
lot
technology.
of group chats with, or like video chats. There's an app called House Party, and we always have 8 of us in there, and it like has gotten me through like a lot of nights with this too, because like for me too, and Sarah, you're probably doing this too. Are you teaching? Do you have to teach your kid?
My husband is teaching. William's teaching.
That's nice.
There are many times that I have to close the door to my office because my husband's teaching.
Yeah.
So, he's 6. My son's 6. So
Right,
he's in kindergarten, and that right there in itself is a struggle.
Yeah.
Because-
I have a first grader, but I'm
Yeah.
doing it. So I'm working and then also doing that shit.
He's ADHD, and so is my husband. so
you
it's like butting heads sometimes, and I have nothing but mad respect for the teachers in the schools who have to deal with more than one of my type of kid in a day for 8 hours.
Yeah, they're the real fucking MVPs. They're the ones that need to be drinking every day. I mean, I only have one, and I can't fucking handle him. And it's like an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of work, and 15 minutes in, I'm like, fuck this. Like, you're saying fuck this, I'm saying fuck this. This is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But you know,
it's definitely a challenge. Thankfully, the teachers are being really supportive and agreeable with stuff, and it's basically turned in here at least.
Yeah,
pass or fail. If you actually, show that you are working and doing stuff that we ask, then you're gonna pass. If you're doing absolutely nothing, then you're gonna fail. So it's a day-to-day thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess like I'm single. I don't have kids, and that's actually kind of nice not having to worry about anything like that. But I've been checking in with my sister every so often because she's got, a 4-year-old, and then she's, nephew. My nephew is 4. My niece is in grade 3. And so I've been checking in with my sister because she's also a teacher.
Right.
And so she actually supports
God love her.
higher needs high school kids.
Okay.
So she's having to put in her time as well. And then she's also trying to manage a 4-year-old and, trying to keep my niece on the schedule that the school has sent out and said, oh, hey, this is your schedule, like an actual schedule of everything she's supposed to be doing in a day, starting from like 9 till 2:30. And it's like,
oh, wow.
Really? They're prescribing you the time that you have to have class for your daughter. So it kind of makes sense, but it's also kind of like, really?
Our ISD, or at least our school, they are sending out a week's worth of work at a time. They have to have it in by, I think they said 7:59 a.m. Monday morning, because at 9 o'clock Monday morning comes the new week's work.
The new stuff.
Right.
So they can finish it all in 2 days. They can finish it all in 5 days. They can finish it all in 1 day. It doesn't matter as long as they get it done. So that's a little bit more of a plus. So we kind of have our own little routine going on here.
Mm-hmm.
But to have a step-by-step like routine throughout the day, that's a bit much, especially if you are a working mom that's working from home and trying to do this school thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the problem I've ran into, because like my kid has a 2 o'clock live chat every day with his teacher, and it's the whole class, and it's a shitstorm. It's adorable, but it's a fucking shitstorm.
Oh yeah.
And but so some days there isn't a need to have any of the stuff that's been and we get the stuff assigned daily. So I get an email in the morning. Well, she just started doing this, of what needs to be done that day and links to it. It's all through Google Classroom. And then so some days though it doesn't matter, and some days it does. But I work, so like a lot of times I don't start teaching until 2. So sometimes he's got on that chat and she's like, okay, everybody get out your thing. I'm like, fuck, he didn't do it yet. Sorry, Miss Hodorowski. It didn't fucking happen yet. You're going to have to wait, which she's fine with, but you know. All right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean,
enough talking about my kid. It's annoying.
It's unfortunate, but the teachers are just going to have to learn to deal with it because this is a new norm for them, but this is a huge new norm for us.
Yeah.
I mean, they were planning lessons either way.
Right.
And they have to, it's kind of a pain in the ass. They've got to, transfer them to an online type of learning.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to plan lessons anyway.
Right.
I was planning on going to work.
Yeah.
Not teaching my kids. So, I think hopefully they'll, as it goes on, because I have a feeling that it's just going to keep going on.
I don't think they're going back this year.
I don't either.
Our school system's already, Alberta has already declared. They declared actually before they even did it, they said, if we close the schools, they will not reopen till September.
Mm-hmm.
And then, 3 days later, they close the schools.
Come say hi.
What is the school? Do they start in September normally?
Yes. Yeah. Or sorry. Yeah. Occasionally they'll start like the last week in August, but I think it's usually after Labor Day. I don't have kids, so I don't really know what it's doing these days. But when I was growing up, that was always, we do September to the end of June.
Yeah, we do mid-August to the end of May. Like the last day of school this year is supposed to be May 28th. And they've already closed it through May 4th. So,
seeing some of the projections, they're saying that, the crest of everything is probably not going to happen. They're projecting for it to happen towards the end of April.
Yeah.
And beginning of May. And so then hopefully that's the crest of the top of the curve that we hopefully are flattening and then starting to move it down. The city's already come out and said directly that all large public, any kind of get together event type things cannot do until, at least the end of June. I work in office facilities for an insurance company. And so insurance has been flagged as a essential service.
I work in insurance too.
Oh, yeah. I work for an insurance company, but I work in office facilities. So we manage the facility. Well, we actually are in really good position because we already have everybody equipped with laptops.
Same.
Yeah. The expectation is everybody takes that laptop home every single night.
Yep.
Now, they've only just been able to expand our VPN capacity so that people can, as many people as need to can work from home.
Right.
But there's still a bit of a rotation, and our offices have been essentially empty for the last almost 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And officially, like only the top essential people are going in. So my team is rotating us 1 week at a time through. So my week starts tomorrow back in the office, and it's mostly it's going to be mail processing. It's going to be taking a look at what needs to be done to be able to better set people up at home, and what does that look like going forward over, if we're looking at maybe not returning to the office environment until May, June, longer. Like I can't even at this point, I don't even want to think about that, but like it's a lot of stuff for people to stop and think about,
Yep.
Vito is now in the chat. Vito.
Vito.
I talked about how we're besties and we talked on Zoom every night last week. No, not really every night, but 2 times. He's my buddy.
And I poured more whiskey. Did anybody else pour more whiskey? I'm
about to, because that got me all fucking fired up. So now I'm going on something new. I'm going to drink Bobby's Store Pick Eagle Rare. It's like a little bottle. It's kind of cute. So
is it like a 500 or something? Or
I have moved on to the Teeling, the single grain. Yeah.
I went to my bare face with the mezcal that's mixed in. So this one's so just like that Alberta Dark Horse one, this one is actually, it's an intentional blend. And Bareface, I mean, they're newer on the market anyways, but this one, they've blended in 1/11 of like a mezcal.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like weirdly herbal and smoky and tastes really, really good with bacon.
Where? How long ago?
I can't. It's not letting me type.
Oh, hey Matt. I see Matt's in the chat now.
I know. Oh, I had to say hi to Michelle too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Brad. And everybody.
And Vito, and then like we got some good folks out tonight.
I know. There's some good people in here tonight.
That's because we know good people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of familiar faces in here.
Yeah.
I did
there's AJ.
This comment, and I honestly don't know how to highlight the comment in here.
I don't know either.
But,
something about it.
Like I said, I'm never on this side of it. That's all Matt. But Breen Porter said, also on the flip side, my daughter was always so good at preschool, and now I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong because she's a handful at home. And I have to say I kind of agree with her because I know my son doesn't act the way he does here at school. And it's even more of a challenge because they know that they can get away with a little bit more at home. Here it is. Than they can when they're at school. So I don't know if Sam's dealing with that or if but like it's constant battle to even get them started sometimes with school. And there's meltdowns and I'm taking things away and you got to do.
I'm getting upset and I'm getting annoyed and I'm like, just fucking like, I don't want you to have to write this fucking story either, dude, but you have to because your first grade teacher says you have to. So write that. You know, it's
right. And like, what can I say? Oh, you're not going to go to first grade if you don't do the school and the schoolwork. But
I just keep telling him, you don't want to be dumb, do you? Don't be dumb. And he's like, I don't want to be dumb. And I'm like, okay, then we're going to do this. And
see, I'm an introvert. And so by nature, like I'm actually, I have been home for the last 2 weeks.
And you're fine?
I'm feeling, actually, I'm like, yeah, like I get in the car and I go out and I drive around a little bit sometimes. But I'm like content. I like sit at home and like play stupid games on my phone, or I've picked up some books again and actually reading because I'm one of those people that when I start reading, I don't stop. And that makes it very hard to get up and go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually I finally read a book that I was supposed to read for work. So I finally actually read that. And then, I've been working through my Harry Potter some more because I bought all those books last year. And I'm just like, I have to talk with my roommate and like, can we just not always have noise? She's one of those extroverty people who likes to have noise around even when she's not doing anything. Or when she's working, she needs like music and TV. And I'm like, can we just not until like a little later? Or can we talk about it first?
Yeah,
and she's actually been really good about it. But
I haven't left the house since the 24th of March.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went out to Sam's. I discovered there was absolutely nothing at Sam's. I maybe got like one thing of meat and a couple other things that like aren't things that people are going crazy for. And then I was like, I'm not doing this again. I'm high risk. I have a suppressed immune system. So I am not even going to chance it.
Oh yeah, I got the diabetes.
I take a medication for other things that suppress my immune system, and I have asthma. So I'm not even going to chance it. I cringe anytime William has to leave for anything, which is hardly ever, thankfully. He went to Sam's on Friday to get dog food. But we're being very cautious. We're getting everything delivered that we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wiping everything down or spraying it down with Lysol when it gets, before we bring it inside, and just very cautious about it because I can't.
No.
And yes, Vito, you got to say it right. Diabetes.
The diabetes.
The diabetes.
Mm-hmm. Which I've actually read. I'm type 1. I am actually in a better place than people with type 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a long fucking story or whatever. But thanks, Drew. I am trying to make everybody laugh with my social distancing roll call pictures every night. Yes, I drink too much. It's fine. It's fine. We're all good. We're all good here.
We're doing that check-in tonight.
Exactly. Can I talk really quick about Eagle Rare?
Yes, you can. Please do.
Overrated. I don't think this switching from the JD, which is fancy JD,
It's
but
JD.
still Jack Daniels. I think I like that better than the Eagle Rare.
I agree. I'm not.
It's fine, but I don't know.
Well,
I'm
you also
not
got to
that
think the
impressed by it.
proof. You got to think about the proof too.
Yeah,
Like, the proof on the single barrel
90.
barrel proof is like 100 and what 20, 30.
This is 134,
There you
and
go.
this is 90. So
High proof horse.
Eagle Rare.
there's that.
High proof whore. Come on.
I am I have become a high proof whore.
Yeah.
What's the
In this
proof on
year of
the
whiskey
JD?
drinking?
What was it?
134.
144?
The
34.
Jack Daniels is 134.2 proof, and the Eagle Rare is 90.
Yeah.
And the flavor's just not there with the 90.
No. And the Eagle Rare, it's great for just a drink to have a drink, I think. But when you've gotten to a point where you enjoy those high proofs, it's kind of like, bleh.
I did. I went to a Buffalo Trace tasting last summer. So we ran the lineup and we did some 1782 in there as well. Last August. Holy crap, that was a while ago. But yeah, it was definitely not one of my standouts. Complexity, it's low. It just, it's nice. It's an easy drinker, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's
fine.
not
It's
a
fine.
favorite.
It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine.
Fine.
That's fine.
Blanton's Gold was better.
And is that just a regular Eagle Rare, or did you say it was a pick?
It is a pick, yeah. It's a Gallenstein pick, which is they own a shit ton of liquor stores around here, and usually their shit's delicious. So I'm sure it's delicious for an Eagle Rare
Expression.
Eagle Rares are generally single barrel, anyways, or
it is
single barrel ish.
So it's I don't know. We're gonna go next. I'm gonna do Remus. I don't know why. I just picked it up. So
Because it's there?
It's there. It was next to me, and I thought, sure, what the fuck, why not? So,
Next to me works.
yeah, next to me is good. We'll see how that goes, but I'll finish this Eagle Rare first.
Night, Clifton. Thanks for
Night,
hanging out.
Clifton. Thanks for subscribing too.
Yeah,
Right?
He
We
posted
don't
that he
do
subscribed.
this very regularly. Maybe we can at least go back to once a month again, at least.
Yeah,
But
like first Sunday of the month. I feel like first Sunday of the month I could make it work.
that sounds like
for now.
Yeah. So after Christmas, God, maybe I do drink a lot. I drank so much around the holidays. I know we had one plan, and I'm like, guys, I can't. We had taken a break too. Bobby's schedule has been all over the place in 2020. So we had to rework going live, and I just needed to calm our tits, with this shit. So, but yeah, I'm back at it, and I'm hoping that we haven't done a live probably in 2 weeks since we did that fundraiser for our friend Larry.
well, then you were on Perry's.
Yes.
Yeah. On last Saturday. And then
No,
Friday.
I didn't get on it.
Oh, you weren't
I
on
got-
last Saturday?
You guys
No,
got
you
on it.
didn't.
I didn't
Bobby
end up
did.
canceling. Bobby was home. Trey, I have the batch 3. It's the I believe it's the batch 3, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I can't read the
pretty sure
label.
it's
Can you really push that close?
But,
No, because of Matt's handwriting.
Oh,
It's like
Larry's in here.
red.
Yes, Larry.
Larry.
Larry is here. Guys, we did a fundraiser really quick. Sorry. We did a fundraiser for Larry 2 weeks ago, and we raised a lot of money for him, and it was awesome, and everybody came out and helped us, and it was great, and we love Larry, and I'm so glad Larry's in here. Everybody say hi to Larry.
Hi, Larry. Cheers. So
But yeah, the Remus 3 is delicious. I'm about to do that when I finish this Eagle Rare bullshit.
I got some Red Breast 12, just some regular Red Breast 12.
That's good.
From,
It's still a solid. It's a solid Irish.
Yeah, and it is one of my favorites. We did some recording today, some batch recording, so I'm killing some bottles over here left over. So it was part of one of our
Definitely
recordings.
Steve A told me where to figure it out. Sorry.
And he's also going to be joining you with the Remus Batch 3.
Excellent.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I pulled up my Gooderham and Wart's Little Trinity. So it is really, it's a nice one. It's a 3-grain blend that's 17 years old. So
Dang, girl.
And it's actually fairly light considering the age.
Is light.
That is there we go. Against some whitish background there. It's actually pretty light caramel. Compared to especially like that Alberta Premium Dark Batch with the sherry added to it.
Oh yeah.
All right. I finished the Eagle Rare. I'm going to Remus.
Yeah. Eagle Rare, I don't know. It was a great starter bourbon. Yes.
Aw. Oh, Bacon
Cat.
Bacon Cat.
I've got another one sitting over here. And I'm going to put that down because he'll bite my fingers.
Animals. Baxter was here for a minute and then he left.
I saw him. Yeah, he's in just about every video that we make, especially now that we're doing our social distancing episode recording.
Yeah.
So we've
How's
done
that going for you guys? Is that a pain in the ass or is it fine?
For the episodes?
Yeah.
We use StreamYard actually. And
Nice.
You just don't publish it, and William just takes that and edits that. And
that's easy.
We've only posted one that way, which was this past Thursday.
Yeah.
And the quality's not as good, but it's not horrible either. But you know what? Better be safe than sorry. So sorry guys for the quality, but we're still got the content.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do right now, right? Like that's
seriously, you really have to.
Everything is an adaptation, and everybody is just kind of trying to roll with it as best they can. They're trying to just
adapt.
In some ways, keeping your lights on, kind of thing, right? Like, like I said, there are so many things that we would have been just completely pooched on if this had happened 5 years ago. Yeah.
Matt, I do not just think you're deceased over there, but in all reality, Matt's wife does work in a hospital. And she works in a hospital that he said, I don't remember how many he said today that have had some positives come in. She is not in the front line, but she's still in the hospital.
Still in it. It don't matter. All she's got to do is touch one doorknob. Somebody else's fucking touch. Doesn't take much,
Right. And so it's
scary about
nothing,
this shit.
It's nothing against Matt. It's against everybody. Like,
exactly.
It's people out there still. And
here's my PSA. Don't be a dick and don't go hang out with people that don't live in your house. It's that fucking simple.
Right.
Don't be a dick.
And
if
now
you go hang out with people that don't live in your house, you're a dick.
Well, you gotta be careful, right? Like that's the thing. Like there are ways for people to stay connected. Like, I saw a picture of, there were a group of ladies that they wanted to get together. So they all made coffee, put it in their travel mugs, and then they got in their, minivans and drove to an empty parking lot. And they parked far enough away from each other, all opened up their tailgates, and they're sitting in the back of their minivans, drinking coffee and talking. Now, they're far enough away from each other. It's still social, but you are still distant. There are ways to do this and be smart about it.
Social distancing.
You're still keeping.
I go sit in my neighbor's front yard 6 feet away. She's on her porch and I'm in her front yard with a lawn chair. Yeah. We do it all the time.
I love seeing those posts.
I see people who are getting down and saying it's like, oh, well, you can't leave the house. You can't leave the. No, you actually can.
Right.
Now, you need to be smart about it. You need to not be a dick about it.
Don't be a dick.
But, you can still leave the house.
Right.
If it's going to be a case of what is the difference between, if it's a case of your mental health, as long as you haven't woken up and started drinking right away, get in the fucking car and just drive somewhere.
Ride or whatever, and just come back home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like it's one, like I'm hoping maybe I'll actually be able to buy a house this year. That's one of the, my big life goals is, buy a house. I don't know why, but I just feel like maybe this is the year it's going to happen. So I've been looking at places, and I'm not going to necessarily go and look to do a walkthrough or anything like that, but I'm just kind of keeping an eye on things. So every once in a while, it's like, oh, okay, well, here's a list of 10 places that I think look interesting. I'm just going to go drive the neighborhood, because
you got nothing better to do, and then see if you can tell a lot by that.
Well, that's just it. I mean, you can. A house is a house is a house,
Mm-hmm.
and there are things that you want and things that you like and this and that. But really, it's like, well, what's that street actually like to live on? What does it look like? What is the feel? What's the jive in the neighborhood? So it's like you can actually get a good sense of that just by driving around a little bit.
That's one of the things we did when we bought our house, and I think we picked good because we are literally in the back of our neighborhood. And hardly anybody goes down our street. The people who live down here or are friends of people who live, which most of the people who live down our street are older. We've got a couple of young families, but not many. They've been here since, the houses were built or shortly thereafter. And so, we did that a lot when we looked at houses, Theresa. We checked out the street and, we'd go back over and be like, okay, how busy is this street? How many people are going down this street? I don't want to live there. Yeah. Especially, at that point in time, you're like, well, if we have a kid, we don't want to have to worry about our kid accidentally getting hit by a car that's speeding down a main street that you live on, So it's a smart idea. Go for a drive.
Yeah. It's amazing what even just doing that, like I mentioned, my roommate, she's an extrovert. And so but she's also an accountant. She works for one of the towns that's just outside the city. And so she is an essential worker. I mean, there are things that still need to be processed. There are deadlines for things, making sure that payroll is getting met and all of these kinds of activities, that vendors are being paid and whatnot. So she's an essential worker. So she actually has been able to go into the office a few times, and that even just driving, she says, oh my goodness, it makes such a difference. I just get to leave the house. And I'm on the road for half an hour and it's nice to see the sunshine and it's nice to just not be inside, even though she's in the car, and then she goes to the office and she can actually interact with the few people that are still there and coming in. And it's like, okay, well, that's good. And then that lets me have the house and it be quiet.
I might have to do that on the next nice day. Just pile in the car, put all the windows down, open the sunroof, and just go drive for even 15 minutes around whatever.
Go see something pretty.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I live in the city in Texas, so there's not much pretty. There's a lot of buildings.
I have driven around the great state of Texas a couple of times, and there is a lot of pretty.
Down in Austin, that's a lot prettier.
I started in Houston, and I went to Waco, and then I
still prettier.
Drove down to Austin, and then I drove back to Houston. And
have you been up in Dallas Fort Worth?
I've been in the airport a couple of times.
I'll be in Dallas in September, unless we're still quarantined.
If they're going to keep that going, I mean, throw the ball.
Well, so I have a work conference.
I
have a work conference that starts the Sunday after the ball. So I think we're going to come for the ball, and then I'm going to go to Texas, or I'll be in fucking Texas. I'm going to go to Dallas on Sunday for my conference and be there till Thursday. So
thanks,
and Bobby,
Vito.
He'll fucking figure it out himself.
See, Vito said DFW is kind of boring looking. So, I mean, we've got a lot of highways around here.
Well, highway driving, that's where you get to get out and see
Kentucky's pretty. We're a pretty fucking country, and I'll be honest, I have the best of both worlds because I have Cincinnati, which is literally 15 minutes from where we live, and then I live pretty close to the fucking country and the sticks and the cows and shit. Like there's a cow farm behind my kids, what will be their high school. So I really can go both ways where I'm at. And then, we got all the bourbon and shit, all the fancy. Well, I live by New Riff and I live by Boone County Distillery. Everything else is south of me. So pretty lucky.
I mean, we've got we've got Iron Root up north, like Vito had to point out, which I know, but it's about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour, probably without all the traffic that won't be out, because everybody should be at home. But still, I'd love to go there, but I'm not going to chance bringing something there or bringing something out or what they have, or, it's just so iffy right now that somebody could have it and not even have a symptom, breathe on you, and then bam, you have it. So, I'd rather just go for a drive in my car and stay in my car with my people that I've been with, and
keeping it safe. I mean, everybody's got to stay safe, stay within what you're comfortable doing. Worst case scenario, you could go out somewhere, somebody could randomly breathe or cough on you, and you could get infected, and you could end up being one of those, 30% that get hit really bad. I mean, that is the worst case scenario, and it's absolutely a possibility for anyone because this is totally new. However, on the flip side, and without bringing panic into it, it's like, okay, if you are being smart, being aware, I keep a little thing of actually, being in insurance. One of the property adjusters was in the office a couple of weeks ago, and he had this. It's thyme oil, and it's a special formulation, but it is been tested and proved as effective as microsan, which is the hospital grade sanitizer.
Oh, nice.
And it's organic, it's non-toxic. And so he gave me a bottle. I'm like, okay, cool. It's a little spritz bottle. I keep that in my purse when I go out anywhere to, if I have to go get groceries, I'm spraying it on myself. It's also one of those things, the nice thing with it is that as soon as it gets wet, it actually reactivates and continues to work. Unlike a lot of other sanitizers that, it sanitizes your hand and then that's it. As soon as you touch something, your hand's now contaminated again, right?
Right.
So it's like, oh, okay. Well, this has a little bit of an extra added thing to it. I don't fully understand, but I'm like, well, okay, I've got this extra little thing that I can do for myself. Keep my hands in my pockets as much as I can so I don't accidentally, touch something. Now up here, it's still second or third winter or, second early spring. So it's chilly. So, we're wearing jackets and hoodies and such. So, have the hands in the pockets. It's a very easy thing. So, there are things that you can do.
Have they enacted for you guys there the recommendation of wearing some kind of face covering yet?
Yep.
Started to. I know you got to take a grain of salt. There are some benefits to it, of course. One thing, it helps prevent you from actually touching your face.
And see, I think the other way around, it's going to give people false sense of security. That, I got this thing here, and they go and they touch, but it slides some, and they actually touch,
Yeah. I know.
People are going to feel like,
There's so many different
stay home
sides of it.
We have one mask for Bobby that he hasn't had to use yet. I don't know if he will, but I'm obviously not going to fucking use it, and I'm not crafty and shit. I'm not making my own fucking mask unless you want me to take my fucking leggings and wrap it around my face.
Sam, I posted a video on my Facebook earlier today about how to do it really easily with a bandana and some hair ties. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I saw that. You're right. I could do that.
No cut, no sew,
no sew.
You don't have to be crafty to do it. You just fold that thing up just right, and it's good to go. My friend also put a video of one that he made in that link that uses an old T-shirt sleeve.
Oh, yeah.
String.
Yeah.
So, there's ways around it, but you also gotta keep in mind that sense of false security.
Right.
Well,
Right.
The thing with a lot of those kinds of homemade style ones, and even with the ones that are not rated the N whatever it is,
N95.
the N95, yeah, anything that's not rated a certain way, yes, it's going to keep you from getting spit from somebody who sprays as they spray it as they say it kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to stop that saliva. It's going to stop you from actually physically touching your nose and your mouth. But they aren't rated to actually block bacteria or viruses.
Now, William,
so those things, if it gets contaminated on the outside, you could still breathe it through the mask. Now, is it going to be at least somewhat helpful? Probably.
William has a friend that posted, and he saw on his Facebook page that they took a air conditioner filter, one of the high grade ones that actually does kind of protect against bacteria and some virus, not the 99.9 whatever, but more so than not having it, and cutting that up and putting it inside of a homemade type mask. So there's that too. Get yourself a.
Well, and I mean, we were, as office facilities, we're getting asked, so what are the building, what's the building HVAC system rated with? What are the filters? Are they HEPA? And it's like, well, actually, HEPA isn't designed to filter viruses and bacteria. Viruses and bacteria can get through a HEPA filter.
Right.
So it doesn't even matter if they're HEPA rated or not. It's one of those things. It's psychologically, it feels helpful, but it's not functionally helpful. I don't know. But anyways, I'm moving on to my last pour for tonight. I know we're getting close to 8:00 here, but I just picked this one up. I tried it last year at one point. It's a special release from J.P. Wiser's. They worked with actually a handful of NHL players to do these custom blends. And this one is the Paul Coffee. So Paul Coffee actually helped create the blend. This is a 2-grain blend, and it is at 48%, and it is 7 years old from 4 different barrels. There's a Canadian, a Speyside, Virgin Oak, and ex-bourbon barrels in this one.
Nice.
And this is number 5 of 6 out of that alumni series. So this is the Paul Coffee, probably only available in Canada for all you NHL nuts, but I always liked Paul Coffee. He was a good player.
I'm going to bottle down another one of these guys, and it's going to be Kentucky Chew.
Ooh,
little boogers. Coming in at 63.35%. It's a good way to end the night, right?
Yeah.
So one final thing on this quarantine business. As of right now, what is the first thing that you are going to do when they say you're out of jail, you're free? What are you going to do?
Stay home and watch a movie. I watched 12 Monkeys today, and it was brilliant. But
so funny story really quick about. Let me. So 2 things. My brain. So Bobby has a 17-year-old, my stepson, and the first weekend the whole thing went down. He's bugging us. Can I go see my friends? And we're like, no, you have to fucking stay in your house. And he still bugging us. Can I go? So finally, what we did was we made him watch Contagion. And after that, he didn't ask again. And so if you have a teenager that's driving you nuts, show them the movie Contagion, show them what could happen. And you know what? They probably won't bug you as much. So that was my outbreak, type movie that we showed a 17-year-old that scared the fuck out of him.
Outbreak. You remember that
Outbreak's
movie?
a good one too.
Yes. I haven't seen that movie in forever. I was thinking about that. That's like Dustin Hoffman, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
With the monkeys?
Yes. With the monkey, yeah. So there's that. And then the first, I will probably go out to eat at a restaurant without my children, probably with my girlfriends. Oh, maybe my husband. I don't know. I still kind of want to. So I am channeling my Carol Baskin life. If anybody's watched The Tiger King, that's why I chose this tonight.
By the
end of this, I might feed Bobby to Baxter. I don't know, but We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna get sucked into that.
My roommate,
It's so stupid.
My roommate was one of the first ones, I think, to discover it when it first got posted, and so I caught like 10 minutes of it, of a couple
It's 10
of
minutes. You're like,
episodes.
I can get back.
It is. I'm just like, holy crap! There's a tiger sex cult thing in Myrtle Beach. Okay,
not even gonna happen.
What is he a doctor of? He's a doctor of some sort of metaphysical. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is such bullshit. I'm like, no,
it's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
I'm gonna go downstairs and
It's
watch.
dumb. Did I get sucked in? Yes.
Maisel.
So along those lines, I'm gonna drop my kid off at grandma's house, and then I'm gonna go have Mexican and have a giant margarita and chips and queso, the real stuff, because I can make stuff like that at home, but it's just not the same.
Yeah,
I need most places are delivering.
But it's still not the same.
It's not the same.
Still not the same because it's not like hot and piping when it gets to your. It's not the same. So now they are delivering alcohol here. So there's that. But
if they've changed some rules recently, it's fortuitous. They changed all those rules like in January or February to allow for home delivery in a different way. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm still going out and buying shit, but
yeah, I need some real chips and queso. I don't even care about the margarita. I just want some real Mexican food.
Right. Some just like, because it's Mexican is one of those things that it's just so much better, especially queso in the restaurant. You can't fucking take that shit home. It's mediocre. It's never the same. You have to have it right there. You can't wait for that 10-minute drive to get home because it'll be shit.
Same thing.
Not worth it.
See you, Michael Klein. Thanks for popping in.
Hey. Well, we've got about 3 minutes left. We said that we would kind of wrap it up at about 9 Central Standard.
We all got to work tomorrow.
And 80 Fishing is going to be going on after us. So go on over and check him out.
Yeah,
Matt's cool dude.
Yep. That's awesome. I'm just going to Buffalo Trace because it's here and I don't have to get up. I'll do it real quick.
So, Sam, what do you guys got coming up? I know you guys have got crazy over there with Bobby's schedule and whatnot.
We have a lot of Scotch Test Dummies were live too. We have a lot of videos filmed. We just need to edit them. I don't do the editing, which is funny because I have a degree in broadcast journalism. My first job was editing, but I don't have to do that.
My background is communications as well with a feature in journalism. Oh, yeah, print journalism.
Oh, yes. Yeah, my first job was at LEX 18, coverage you can count on, in Lexington, Kentucky. I made $10.50 an hour as a video editor with a college degree.
Nice.
That's why I'm not in TV anymore. I don't know. I don't know when our video is going to come out. Maybe this week, maybe not. We'll see. Hopefully Bobby doesn't get the Rona. That's where we're at.
Fingers crossed for that, man. Bobby doesn't need to. No. That just does not need to happen.
No.
Theresa, you got anything going on?
Well, I'm on Instagram, so you can follow along at Canadian Whiskey Smith. So that's where you can find me. It's going to depend on how much I'm working and how much I'm not working. But I feel like I've been trying to post a little bit more. Who knows? I might even actually try out like the Instagram TV because everybody, I keep getting like every couple of hours somebody's going live with Instagram TV. I'm like, maybe I should like try this shit out. So who knows? You might find me there. And I would say, as a final kind of to as that whole alcoholism thing, as a positivity kind of a thing. When they've studied addictions and those kinds of things, like there was that study that studied Vietnam War vets who got into addictions and controlled substances while overseas. And there was concerns that when they came home, these people were going to be coming home as addicts. Mm-hmm. And they didn't. When they came home, they reformed the bonds with the people that they were connected to, and they left the drug use behind. So, you know, even if you do find yourself dipping in a little bit more than what you normally do because you're bored or because there isn't a whole lot going on, remember that that's a symptom of isolation. That's a symptom of being disconnected. And when you get a chance to actually reconnect, the statistics and the studies show that your patterns will return to normal. So do those self checks. But
on that note as well, if you feel yourself sliding and you feel like you need some kind of something from somebody, reach out. Hell, reach out to me. I'll get on a stream and chit chat with you, and give you a little bit of socialization, even if it's not one-on-one and we're in the same room. It's still somebody to talk to,
right?
So we don't have to drink whiskey. We don't have to drink anything.
Friends, just keep safe.
Exactly. And Sarah, what about you?
Check us out tomorrow night. We have our normal Monday Night Live at 9 p.m. Central. It shall be interesting. We will have I believe it's the master distiller from Chicken Cock on.
And chicken
cock.
You
guys are gonna have the cock on. That's fun.
Yes, that is what I said, Theresa. It is what I said. So we'll see you tomorrow. And then we do have our normal releases on Tuesday and Thursday for episodes coming up. I believe it'll be Teeling. I'm not 100% sure. I don't make those decisions. But follow us tomorrow night, live 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I just heard William yell from the back saying yes. So Teeling will be out this week. Otherwise, thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. It was lots of fun.
It was.
Hopefully we can keep these up, us ladies, at least once a month.
First Sunday. What first Sunday of the month? Maybe?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan to me.
I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how long this quarantine business goes on, maybe more than once a month. Never know. We could have a lot of things to talk about.
I missed your faces.
I miss your faces.
I really
too.
do.
Yes.
So head on over to either ADH Fishing or Whiskey. It's Whiskey Now, ADH Whiskey, or the Dummies, Scotch Test Dummies. Live, pick a live. Have another couple of drams.
Do them both. Whatever.
Yeah. Stay safe. Stay home. Stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. Rock on.
And cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thanks for hanging out.